Yankee Stadium in New York. Roch, let's talk a little bit about the situation now with the trading deadline approaching. Are the Orioles buyers or sellers between now and July the 31st?
Right now, they're buyers. And I was saying before, hey, check with me at the end of this trip, though, when they're flying back to home from Tampa on Sunday night, and then we'll really know. But Dan Duquette indicated yesterday they're buyers no matter what happens this week. And it's a common question. They're being asked every day. After the first loss here the other night, Buck Showalter immediately was asked post-game, are you sellers now? And I didn't think that one game was going to determine it. I thought that was a bit premature. But Duquette did say, look, they're going to be buyers no matter what. They still feel like they're in this thing. They have a chance to win it. And he talked about what they want to add. They want more production from the corner outfields, and he mentioned improving the pitching depth, and that could be a starter. That could be what they did like last year with Andrew Miller. You go ahead and bolster the bullpen even more, try and get a reliever. The problem, of course, is who can you give up, because they're hesitant to keep dipping into that pitching supply of prospects in the minors after what they've given up the last few years. Of course, their top pitching prospects, Dylan Bundy, Hunter Harvey, both hurt. What do they have that other teams want that they can afford to give up? That's why I'm not anticipating a really big move, a blockbuster-type trade. I do expect them to make additions. But long answer to your short question, they still see themselves as being buyers no matter what happens on this trip.
Here's another short question for you. How about Kevin Gausman, the trade rumors yesterday about his name?
It doesn't take much, does it? Somebody basically just said that, hey, the Orioles, and I forget the exact wording, it was basically appear to be willing to perhaps talk about him now or include him in talks. That doesn't mean they're shopping him at all. I talked to somebody in the organization that said, oh, sure, if the Nationals want to give us Max Scherzer, Bryce Harper, Anthony Rendon, then yeah, I guess, you'd obviously be willing to listen on Kevin Gausman, but it's not like he's being shopped at this point. It really is. It's like he's not untouchable. Nobody is. Tom, you're not untouchable either, despite reports. I'm not untouchable. So if somebody wants to knock them over with an offer, just overwhelm them on an offer for Kevin Gausman, then sure, they'd certainly be willing to listen. But they're counting on him to be in the rotation in 2016. As Buck says, we know who we are. We need guys like that, the guys that we draft and develop to be in that rotation, because they assume Wei-Yin Chen's going to be gone. Bud Norris, he's gone. And of course, he's not even in the bullpen right now. They're going to look to add from within for the rotations. It'd be really hard to give up a guy like Kevin Gausman, who's under team control, who you're counting on to be in that rotation next year. So I wouldn't go ahead and worry right now that he's on the trading blocks. I don't sense that at all. Bucks had even joked with Kevin about it in the food room after that report came out. They were kind of laughing about it. There's no way they want to give up Kevin Gausman.
Roch, now you're in the Orioles clubhouse on a daily basis. Is there any mood, sense of change right now with the Orioles losing the first two games of this series?
Not really. I'm not sensing anything. It was quiet today. That's just because there weren't many guys in there. Adam Jones is at his locker on his phone. Nolan Rymel was on the other side on his phone. But Zach Britton was joking around with Miguel Gonzalez about the T-shirt that he designed that's going to be coming out, the El Mariachi T-shirt with the sombrero. We were kind of laughing about that, and Britton's trying to take a little credit for it. So guys are still loose. Believe me, they know the importance of this series. They know the importance of this trip. They kept saying, it's not just about here. We got to win in Tampa as well. But they're not in panic mode. They know the standings. They know what's at stake. Sure, it's frustrating to lose two one-run games, and they're not getting the hits when they need them. They're not getting any breaks, but Buck said, hey, you have to create your own. Yes, we've had balls that were hit hard, that hit right at people. We have a Jonathan Scope line drive down the left field line that just goes foul, while the Yankees have one that hits the chalk. But he doesn't want any excuses because you have to create your own break. So I sense the guys are annoyed by how this trip started off now here in New York, but they're not in panic mode, and I know fans think that maybe they should be, or they're not showing enough emotion. There's some questions on Twitter. Does this team care? There's no fire in their belly. They really do care. It's just that they're trying to behave as professionals, and they've been down this road before, and they do have the track record, even though some key guys are missing from last year. They still feel like they're in it. They still feel like they're buyers. So no, they're not panicking at all. There's a little frustration, but really, if you walk through the clubhouse when there are guys in it, it's going to be the same as what you see at Camden Yards before a game. Guys are still loose and joking around, still believing they can win this thing.
Well, Roch, as always, we appreciate the conversation, the information, and your insight. We'll look forward to talking to you very soon again.